Hi and welcome to lesson 1. In this lesson we're going to just have a look at how to create folders and how to navigate around folders. For this lesson we're going to use Windows Explorer or File Explorer depending on which version of Windows you have installed on your computer. If you have a look down on the bottom down here in the tray we have Documents folder. So if we click on that it opens up this pane, which is the whole pane here, which is our Windows pane. On this side we have our Explorer pane, which we can see everything that's on the computer is down this side, and here we have our documents. For this particular lesson I have created a folder called Documents folder. It is within the Documents folder on your PC. So we've got PC and we've got Documents, and I have the Documents folder here on the left pane you'll see, and at the moment we have history in it and geography in it. So the little arrow at the side of the file name here on the left hand side opens up and we can see what's in it. And if we come back over to our main pane here, we see we have geography and history. So these are two folders which we're going to use for this particular purpose. I'm going to create two more folders and they are going to be English and math. To do this I click anywhere on the white, so anywhere on the blank white, and I right click. I go down as far as new and over as far as folder. When I click on the word folder, we'll see a new folder will open and there'll be blue writing inside where I'm going to put the title. And the reason the blue writing is inside, it means that this is now active. So I'm going to name it English. And click off anywhere and there's our English folder. I'm going to do another one folder and that's for math. So if we have a look down along here, we have new and we have folder. So I'm going to click here. Now I'm just going to click off anywhere in the white, and as you can see now what happens is I've new folder there, but it's not actually called math for me. So I want to call this the maths folder. So what I do is I don't need to create a new one, or I don't need to delete this one. If I wanted to delete this one, I click on the delete button here. But for our purpose, we're going to rename this one. And by clicking on rename, it now becomes active again. And I'm going to call it M-A-T-H, math. So there we are now. So now we have 4 folders. And as you can see from up the top, we're on this PC, we're in the Documents folder, and I've made this Documents folder, just so as we know. This would be, the Documents folder will be the default folder for everything that you do in Microsoft Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, any of the Office suites. Right. So now I'm going to actually go in and I need to make folders within these folders. So I'm going to go into the English folder, and if I double click, I'll have a look. At the moment, it's empty here. So I know I'm in the English folder because it's up on top here. I'm going to right click and follow the same principles as before, folder, and I'm going to name this one essay. So that's the essay folder. I need that for English. And I'm also going to do another one, new folder. And for this one, I'm going to do poems, a poem folder. So now when I do English, I can have an essay folder and I can have a poems folder. And if we have a look, we'll see where we are again. PC, documents, document folder, and English. And if I go into the essay, there I'm inside essays, and there's my essay folders. If I click back here now and go back as far as my document folder, we can see if I close it here, English, geography, history, and maths is here. At the minute I'm inside the essay one, so if I go back, I can be inside the English and inside the documents folder. So this is our pathway to our folders. And when we're using folders, make sure that we can see up here exactly which folder we're in. As you can see here, I have the English one highlighted, but I'm not inside the English one until I click. And then you'll see there's 2 folders within that one. So we can navigate either ways. We can navigate looking up here, PC, and across the top, or we can navigate down here. And this is how we see, we can close the folder off there and we can't see inside, and click on the little blue arrow and we can see. And as we can see, when we step in, there's a little blue arrow beside the English one. This means that there's folders within that one. And if I click on it, we'll see another step in, essays and poems. So I hope that helps you to create folders and navigate. We can do this with any other folder. If we want to create a folder with inside the maths, we can double click on it and create a folder. Or we'll just say new folder and graphs. I'll just call it graph. And that's it. And there we can see if we go over here, we should be inside the math folder, the little arrow now beside it, and that brings us into graph. And that's where we will put anything that we're going to do in graphs. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. There will follow a short exercise, and there's also a button available on the exercise page that will let you send any feedback you might want to send. Thank you again.